Welcome to Healthier and Happier Humans, episode 30. I'm Ashleigh McGee, and I am super excited to be talking with Pamela Bolado today about the Wisdom and Wellness Summit. So, Pamela, thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
So tell me a little bit, I definitely want to dive into the summit, but first I would love to hear a little bit about your background and your story.
Okay. So when people ask me that, I sometimes wonder, where should I start? So I will start with, I am Canadian. So I'm originally Canadian, born and raised in East Coast Canada. I have lived all over the world. This is before military life. So I lived all over the world in England. I was fortunate to live in the Middle East and worked for some awesome hospitals there for almost 9 years. So, and with that, actually, I was in Kuwait during the first attack in Iraq in 2003. So I was one of the very, very few civilians who stayed in Kuwait during that time and built a shelter. So I always say that kind of built me up to resiliency to where I am today. And then in 2016, I met my current husband and we got married. So I've been a military spouse since 2016 and that's when I moved to the United States. So that's a little quick version of
a long life.
Yeah. And that's not, I guess, my background. So I'm a master esthetician by trade. So I've worked in hospitals with dermatology and on the medical side of that for now 20 years. So.
Well, it makes sense that you have amazing skin. So.
Well, I take very good care of it. So, and I just turned 42. So
you turned how old?
I just turned 42.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, you look fabulous.
Well,
my husband's he just turned 44 and he gives me grief for like how much time I spend on my skincare. And I'm like, listen, when you're 70, I will be 55 and look like I'm 40. So you're welcome.
Exact same words I say to my husband. So yeah.
They don't know how good they have it. Anyways, by the way, just out of curiosity, where are you from? You said East Coast of Canada. Where are you from in Canada?
So I'm from New Brunswick. So I was born and raised in Moncton, New Brunswick. And I know the airmen who are probably watching this know Moncton because you always fly over Moncton to get to Newfoundland when you land in Newfoundland. Mm-hmm. But that's where I was born and raised. And I lived in Nova Scotia for quite a while before I moved overseas. So
okay.
Yeah.
Very cool. Yeah, I did a joint exercise and was able to visit Halifax a few times, and then we actually stopped up in St. John's as well. So
there you go. St. John's, Newfoundland.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So you've been on the rock.
Most bars per like square mile like in the world or something insane like that. Not that I would know about that. Anyway, we're here to talk about wellness. So tell me a little bit about the origins of your summit and what that journey's looked like for you.
Well, it started in 2018. So in 2018, I actually that's when I got my green card. So super excited, got my green card. And I thought, that's it. I'm not going to waste this. And I guess I always tell people, I think it's the American dream. I went and I got my business set up as soon as we PCS'd here to Washington State. And I developed my own skincare line. So I have my own brand of skincare, and it is a clean skincare brand. And I love that. That's what I love about it. It's manufactured in Canada through a laboratory there. And anyway, I started my skincare brand. And at first I was like, how can I meet spouses? How can I let people know that I'm here and I'm doing this? And, and then I thought, maybe I can do a small gathering or something. I only knew 2 spouses when I moved here. And so I started putting this little gathering together, and it started developing into something bigger. And because I've always done gatherings and house parties and, you know, but nothing to this extent.
Right.
And so anyway, it started to not be about me and my business, and it started getting to be more about what I wanted to do for all of these amazing women I was meeting along the way, and in the spouse community and active duty community and veteran community. And then, and then I was looking for a facility, and I ended up choosing the conference center, so, which is a huge facility. So I said, well, I've got this big space. How am I going to let all these amazing women know what I'm doing? So I printed all these flyers, and I took my son, he was 4 at the time, and we walked on base, and we went door to door, and I put flyers in every single door on base. And that day I had 200 women show up to my very first summit. And it was just, there was nothing to it, no catches. It was just come, have some mimosas, have, you know, an amazing dinner. I curated an incredible group of professionals who got up and spoke about everything wellness, everything about being a woman, and everyone just left so happy. And, you know, I gave away a ton of gifts, and it was just, everyone left with this huge smile. Everyone was so appreciative. And then I just said at the end, I said, I can't not do this just one time. I was like, this is just amazing. So I said, I'm going to do this again next year. So in 2019, which is last October, it took me a year to put it together. And same thing, I door to door to businesses, made sure that, you know, I had lots of amazing speakers. I had, you know, Olympic gold medalists come on this time. You know, I booked the entire conference center, not just a room in the conference center. Had my childcare, did the whole bit. Anyway, so had about 400 women last October that showed up. And this time it was just even more beautiful because I was able to get more active duty women come in. So it was, you know, all these military spouses who were just beautifully just to come out and network with their peers. And then you'd have active duty women in their uniforms, and everyone was just sitting together and enjoying the day together. And I don't know, it's just, it's what it should be all about. And so anyway, for 2020, I said, well, I'm still not satisfied. So I want to do it bigger, and I want to reach more people. So for 2020, I said, I'm going to take this on the road, and I'm going to go to bases, and I'm going to make this work. And in order to do that, I've been fortunate, and I've had companies step up and sponsor for me to be able to do that. And then this crisis happened. And then, you know, I sat in my bed one day. It obviously wasn't long ago, and I was really heavy-hearted, and I thought, you know, how all this planning I've been doing, it was going to be bigger than ever. You know, I pretty much got the go-ahead to be able to even have active duty women come to the summit as a alternate duty station. So we would have had a very, very big crowd this year at Joint Base McChord. And so I thought, well, maybe I can do it virtually. You know, I have no skills. If people know me, I am not someone with a lot of computer skills. So I thought, okay, well, I got to start somewhere. So I just started reaching out to all of these platforms and saying, this is what I want to do. This is what I've done in the past. Can you help me? And I finally had this incredible company they've done summits for big corporations like Microsoft and Coca-Cola and a lot of big companies. And they came back and they said, we're going to work with your budget, and we're going to help you make this a success. So without them, I wouldn't be able to do it, because I know a lot of people with these skills are able to put things together with Zoom and all kinds of things. But I really needed a platform where somebody could say, we're going to help you do it, and we're going to put this together. Pretty awesome. And I always get visions in my head, and I want to implement exactly what's in my head in front of me. And this platform is going to be able to allow me to do that because it's 3D. You feel like you're in the space. You know, it's just going to be incredible. Very, very incredible. So, and not just reaching now hundreds of women here locally, I'm going to be able to reach all the ladies at all the bases and then beyond. So I'm very excited about it.
Oh, I'm super excited. I have a ticket, and you know, like I think I just came across you in, you know, like one of the military spouse groups, and I was like, wellness summit, like that's my jam. I'm in. And I first heard about it when it was still going to be like in your original like location. I was like, well, shoot, like I'm supposed to be on travel then. I'm not gonna be able to go. And then as soon as it went virtual, I was like, yes.
And a
So
lot of people say that, so I'm really excited about that.
yeah. Well, something that I love so much about your story though is that you are so heart-centered and heart-forward. You know, when with your vision and just like it's just so apparent that your drive comes from just wanting to help other women. And I think that is so wonderful and so powerful.
Thank you. Thank
Yeah.
you. I appreciate that. But it really is. And I've been lucky because I've been able to reach out to military spouses. So a lot of the sessions that are going to be held in this summit, I'll kind of explain a little bit how it's going to run.
Yeah.
It'll make more sense. So there's going to be there's two pillars to this summit. So you have your wellness pillar and your wisdom pillar. And in those pillars, there'll be 40 sessions where people will be able to go in and obviously not see them all 40 sessions in one day, but they'll be able to have the opportunity to go back and rewatch all of these sessions. So it could be anything from mental health to self-care to healthy living, meal prepping, that's in the wellness section, fitness, meditation, yoga, like you name the session, it's going to be in there. And then the wisdom section, everything from, I have USAA on board, so they're helping with a lot of the financial wellness sessions. I have everything from entrepreneurship. Amzi's coming on. Flossie and Moni are going to do some sessions in entrepreneurship. I have amazing military spouse peers who are just doing incredible things, and it's empowering for me to be able to, you know, call them and say, can you run this session? Because not only is it going to help all of these women, but I'm hoping that it's going to help your business too. So it's kind of a win-win. And so anyway, from entrepreneurship to starting your side hustle to anything business and law and home buying, and you name what's in the wisdom section, it's probably going to be in there. So tons of resources that people can, you know, follow back on later on. And on top of that, throughout the day is going to be live speakers coming on throughout the day. And these are high profile influencers. I've got some amazing women, and I'm biting my tongue because I want to blurt out all these amazing people who are going to come on live that day. And it's coming soon, so we're going to make the announcement soon. But it's just the people who are stepping up because they want to be a part of the community and help, you know, inspire and empower not only military spouses, but other women, because I'm inviting other women to come into this so that, you know, there's going to be so many military spouses and veterans and active duty women on there networking live who have gone through everything that these women are currently going through for centuries. And it's like we can almost maybe help to be mentors for people or help to be people for other women to lean on, if that makes sense. But so on top of all the live features that are going to happen, we're going to have some live entertainment at lunch. We're going to have a happy hour entertainment, live entertainment, VIP swag bags, just tons and tons of amazing things. So I am so excited for this. It's going to be a jam-packed day of just awesomeness.
Yes. Oh my gosh. It like the more you talk about, like, again, I'm getting so pumped up. And, you know, I think especially too, like right now. I mean, I can't think of anything that's more important, not only like just from like the wellness perspective, but being able to connect with like-minded, heart-centered, driven women, you know, virtually, I think is just, it's such a gift right now.
Absolutely.
Um, yeah. And
Absolutely.
like, you know, I like, obviously this was not, you know, what you intended, but now that this is kind of the world we live in, you know, how has that felt with this shift?
Well, it's funny because I've been really lucky. I had last year I was named SD of the Year for a company. It's called the Associated Skincare Professionals. So they have a magazine called Skin Deep, and so that happened last year. And they just I got an email that came in a couple weeks ago and said, Pam, if there's anyone we can think of to help inspire other estheticians, could you write an article for us about inspiration and what other estheticians are going through? Because we're currently out of work, like a lot of people. I
Yeah.
can't take clients. I can't do all of that. So, so I wrote an article about that, and it was based on pivoting. So, and which is something I've obviously had to do because virtual is not what I do. So it's a huge pivot for me. And I know that other women and other people are going through the same thing and having to completely change what they're doing.
Mhm.
But anyway, yeah, getting to the word of pivoting, it's just sometimes you just got to do what you got to do. And I've been inspired by so many, like every day I'm watching lives and I'm watching other military spouses, other women entrepreneurs talking about how they're pivoting and what they're doing on their part to, you know, continue their businesses or try to maybe start a new business. And so sometimes I ramble on and I don't answer your question.
No,
So
you totally are. No, it's
yeah.
awesome. And that's, I mean, that's one of the reasons why I love doing these interviews is that it's a conversation, right? You know, it's like we're at coffee together or, you know, at a wine bar.
Wouldn't that be nice right now? Yeah.
Yes.
Although I can't right now. I'm not allowed to drink wine. I talk about wellness. I started bodybuilding last year, so at the age of 41. So talk about wellness is I really try to, people who are on my Facebook page are pretty well friends and family, but yeah, that's been a huge shift in wellness for me. So that's kind of keeping me mentally sane right now, is doing all of this and being able to go in my garage and work out and continue to train for a competition that I don't know is going to happen. So,
Yeah.
but trying to keep that mindset and just to keep myself and my mental, you know, everything just feeling good, and working out does that. So
Yeah, I feel you. I last week my husband's household goods got delivered finally. He's deployed, so I'm here by myself. And so I spent the whole week, I spent the whole week getting the house together. And even though obviously I was like actively moving, like when I finally got the house done and like went for a run, it was just like the best feeling because I was finally like working out for myself. It's like one of my favorite forms of self-care, which I'm sure there's like someone shaking their head going, oh, of course you'd say you love working out, but like
I mean, it really does. I mean, so for maybe for some, it's that they don't feel it, but I think, you know, I didn't feel it. If I looked at myself 2 years ago, no, no,
Mhm.
a million years, I couldn't run. My husband would tell me, let's go for a run. I couldn't make it from my driveway to the end of the street without stopping and huffing and puffing.
Yeah.
And within a year, you know, I just built myself up. And then actually when he deployed last year is when I had that mind shift, and I thought, I'm going to take this time for me and do
Mhm.
something for me. And I started training, and for a competition that I was not body ready to do, but I bought the bikini. I bought the everything. I signed up
Is
for
it
it.
sparkly? I feel like they have to be sparkly. Is it
It's
sparkly?
sparkly. Oh, it's diamondy and sparkly. It had to be. And but I worked out twice a day, every day. And I have a small little guy. He ate my meal plan. I just kind of spruced it up for him, but
Yeah.
I did it, and I won first place novice. So if you saw my before pictures to what I came out with after 5 months, it would show anybody can do it. So, and whether you're not planning to do a competition, meaning anybody can transform themselves and have that mind shift, but you just have to have the heart to do it. Yeah.
Absolutely. Oh, I love that. Okay, so other than, working out, which is obviously a big, self-care wellness aspect for you, like what's another like what does wellness mean to you, I guess is what I'm really trying to get at.
Well, a lot of people ask that because they say, it's a wellness summit. So there's so many tiers to wellness,
Yes.
there's just so many tiers. And that's why I like the 2 pillars, because wellness can be anything for anybody. And, for me, it's because I do skin, I take time for myself at night before I go to bed, and I really take care of myself. And I make sure that that's my routine, and I have that routine. That's my kind of wellness, and working out, of course. And then to somebody else, it may be, wellness right now for them may be doing something that they wanted to do for a really long time and they've never done it. And so I don't know. I don't have the perfect definition for wellness, because for everybody it's something different.
I mean, honestly, I think that is the perfect definition, right? Like,
Yeah.
we aren't in a one size fits all world. And I think the more that we empower each other to find what that means for us, right? Like, what is wellness? How do we balance? And ultimately with the goal of feeling our best, right? I'm so convinced that most people don't know actually how good they can feel. There's walking through life like in pain or tired, and they don't know that there's something else, that's not what they have to live in.
Yeah.
So no, I love that. And I honestly, I think that's a perfect way to wrap up this interview. So obviously, where can people find you and sign up and get tickets for the summit?
So if you go to Facebook and Instagram, it's at Wellness Wisdom Summit. And you can click on there, and there should be an Instagram. There should be the link to the Eventbrite page. Same with Facebook. And right now the website is up, so you can go to www.wellnesswisdomsummit.com and get information there as well. And we'll be updating that in the next week or so, because as things start rolling out, they're going to start really rolling out in the next 10 days. So that's when speakers are going to start popping up, and you're going to see all the exciting things happening. So right now, the social media platforms are active. The website is up there, but things are starting to just trickle into it right now. So
awesome. And I realize we never talked about what are the dates?
that's a good one. You may want to know the date. So it's going to be on June 3rd. So originally I really wanted it to be yesterday. So, but that's just not possible. And to get this up and running and to have as much going on as I have going on, it's going to be June 3rd. So that gives me enough time to work with everybody and make sure it's the best of the best and everything comes out perfect.
Awesome. So that's the call to action. Everyone needs to go mark in their calendars, get their tickets.
Yes.
So
I do want to mention too, though, it's so there's different passes, and there is a free pass because I want this accessible to everybody. And so there's a free pass, and then there's a general and a VIP pass. So those paid passes, yes, they're paid, but I'm going to be doing a little twist this year, and I love giving back, and I've done this to a lot of my in-person summits. I've given over probably 15,000 in gifts just in the last 2 years. And so this year, it's awful hard to send out all those things. So what I'm doing is I'm taking proceeds from what's coming in from the general and VIP, and
Mhm.
it's actually going to be given back that day. So I'm going to be taking thousands of dollars and buying from the small businesses that I have coming on to the summit. And then those gift cards and everything that's going to be purchased there is going to be then given back to our summit community that day. So it's a win-win.
Oh,
And
I love that.
yeah, and working with some schools right now, so I'll be able to hopefully give away like course scholarships and some grants and things like that too. So lots of great things that are going to happen. So
Oh, that is so wonderful. I love that. Thank you, Pamela, so much for being here and just being just so warm and heart-centered and giving so much back to this community and to, other women. I mean, I'm grateful to have you in our community.
thank you. And thank you for reaching out to me and offering to have me on your platform. I was really honored. And I'm just grateful. And hopefully lots of ladies get to see this and they find interest in coming on board, because I hope to see a lot of people on there.
Yes, I plan on pestering all of my friends until they get tickets for the record.
It's going to be great. It's going to be worth it.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much, Pamela. I hope you have a great rest of your evening, because it's evening as we record this.
Mm-hmm.
And I look forward to seeing you at the summit.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Ashleigh.